on the CW, they actually had Ezra Miller show up as a Flash and meet the TV Flash, and they both looking at each other, complimenting each other's outfits. So
that's cool.
Flash, oh wait, that's so smooth. It's like, oh, that's armor. That's an interesting choice.
Right.
Yeah. So at least they
acknowledge it,
and there is the potential that the movie Flash, having met the TV Flash, could say, I'm going to change my costume to be something else. Because in the TV show, he goes, so you're the Flash too? And he goes, the Flash? Oh, that's because he hasn't even called himself the Flash in the movie. So they are setting up that the TV show has introduced things that can make the Flash different if they want to.
And I think Warner Brothers has a chance there with what they're doing on TV. Not that I watch it anymore, but you could be smart about that, and you could allow it to feed into this world.
I think Warner Brothers' challenge is the fact, or AT&T. AT&T's challenge is the fact that they have Wonder Woman going forward. They have Flash going forward. They have a successful Aquaman and Shazam film. They're trying to figure out what to do with Batman and
the Black Adam film. Yeah, they got
and
that
with Superman. Marvel has the ability to scrap anything related to the X characters and the Fantastic Four and build off of the universe they've already built.
True.
So they have an advantage in terms of being able to reintroduce these characters and people being, oh, this is new.
Right.
Whereas Warner Brothers is kind of half stuck in what's successful and half stuck in what's failed.
Warner Brothers is afraid to take a chance. They want safe. That's why, to me, now they're like, we're not even tying these films together. Batman's on his own, Wonder Woman's on her own. And it's so stupid. I have to say one more thing about costumes. Warner Brothers. Please go look at the costuming for the Marvel films and quit using metallic rubberized garbage. I can't stand the look of any of it. And fine, Wonder Woman should have the very shiny breastplate. But
she's the only one that actually looks like a character I'm familiar with. It makes sense. And Aquaman, the two of them.
Yeah, but he's so shiny and plastic looking too. And then Superman's
dingy. They need to brighten up the costume.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a conscious choice.
Yeah.
I mean, we were building off of the X-Men, the original X-Men that had to do black leather. And it worked for what they wanted to do. But we're okay with superheroes wearing superhero costumes. They were afraid of it not being relatable. And now we're like, fuck it, bring me superhero costumes. I see it in my anime, I see it in my medium. Just bring me those bright, flamboyant, big colors and impossible costumes because we're okay with it now.
Well, I know that we've talked about the X-Men films and how they kind of spiraled down the toilet towards the end. Which was the X-Men film previous to the last one? I finally watched that.
Apocalypse?
Okay, I finally watched.
We saw First Class, and the one after First Class was...
Was that Apocalypse?
No, that was...
Apocalypse was the one with Oscar Isaac in it.
That was the last... Oh, Dark Phoenix, and then Apocalypse. Oh, my God, I fell asleep in Apocalypse. I woke up and fell asleep multiple times.
You all right?
I just got a cough, sorry.
I finally watched Dark Phoenix, and it was a turd. I just sat there the whole time. I was like, oh, my God, I even hate this. But there was a shot. The reason I bring this up, going back to costumes, there was a shot at the end of one of them where they assembled the X-Men
Days
team.
of Future Past.
Yeah, that was decent. Yeah, that was decent.
They assembled the young X-Men team, and they had much closer to their classic costumes in that last shot. Fuck. Make it work. Yeah. You can make something work with those costumes.
You gotta make it work.
I'm okay with. Look, we can't just put them in spandex. Okay, find a way. If they can make Captain America's suit look as good as it did, where it was like
we made Mystique near naked for like 8 films, and it worked.
Well, at the end, they basically had Jennifer Lawrence in a body stocking. They quit making her naked.
Well,
you could tell it's just one of those things where. No, I'm not going to go through 8 hours of painting. You figure out a different way to do it.
I wish that they would trust more often the sleek look that they should have. You know, Affleck's Batman had somewhat of a sleek look, but even that suit looked rubber to me.
Yeah.
It never looked like real
they're
cloth.
sewing in those muscles. I mean, that's part of the problem, right? They're not using the actors' actual bodies.
Well, Affleck did get big, but yeah.
They're already fit actors.
Like Cavill.
You don't need to over-accentuate a tricep to make it work.
Those painted in abs on Superman.
Oh my God, I can't stand it.
Despise them.
They're not necessary. They're not necessary.
Yeah. I already know he's a god by what he's doing. I don't need to see muscles are unnecessary for Superman. Now, should he be big? Yes.
I love those classic costumes where he is clearly wearing a shirt and he's barrel chested, he's big, and you've got a little bit of shoulder definition. I don't mind like moderate definition or something just to kind of put the costume. I understand why the actors themselves may not be in like the perfect shapes. They do these small tweaks, but I don't need like perfectly shaped abs, and it's not real.
It's not
the one critique Marvel movies get is every male actor in it has to have the ab shot in it. If you watch it, every Marvel movie they will have a shirt off the guy just so they. Ant-Man, you had a scene where
just let
Paul
you know
Rudd
that they look
had
like
a
this
six-pack,
without the body font.
Just one shot, he had to have a shirt off. So, I'm injured over here. Look at my six-pack. He did all that work just for that one shot. Because he's wearing a costume the rest of the time.
Now, I'm going to shift gears, too, on a really bad comic book film that I just was flipping. And in fact, it was last night when I was going back over my notes.
Watchmen?
League of Extraordinary... I can't even...
Eternals?
No.
Really, Ghost World.
Really bad. You each get one more shot.
Catwoman.
No. Good guess, but no.
Barbed Wire.
Green Lantern.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my God.
Did you realize that was Taika
Waititi?
Waititi was in that? I was like, what the fuck?
Well, it's funny. They've got a new movie coming out later this year called Guy or something like that, where Ryan Reynolds plays a NPC character in a video game that finds out.
That looks actually really fun.
And Taika Waititi's in that movie
Is
as
he
well.
really?
Yeah, and they did a commercial promoting it, and they're sitting there and like, "Oh, it's so good to work with you for the first time. I'm so proud to meet you." And the other actors are saying, "Weren't y'all in Green Lantern together?" And Ryan Reynolds like, "Green Lantern? I don't know what you're talking about."
Well, so I watched that movie the one time, and it feeds my need to appease the Martin Scorsese gods of the world that you must watch the bad films to appreciate the good. Oh my God, that movie is so bad. But then whenever I'm flipping on last night, I thought, fine, it's just going to be noise in the background. And I look up right then, and it was him. And I thought, holy shit, I had no idea that he did stuff like that. But that dude, he's just kind of everywhere.
Yep. Taika.
Sorry, that was no reason for that other than that I saw him.
Free Guy, that's the name of the movie I was thinking of.
Oh, but speaking of Reynolds, I mean, the cool thing that with him doing, at least at the end of the Deadpool thing, where, I hate post-credit scenes. Hate them unless you're as smart as some of that shit was, where he goes around shooting the different things that are mistakes along the way.
Changing reality.
I'm going to watch Deadpool this afternoon, guys.
That was so funny.
Too.
Have y'all seen the extended cut or whatever that Christmas cut was or whatever they did?
No, the one that's supposed to riff off of Fred Savage. And I
haven't seen that either. I want to.
No.
Anyway, anybody got anything else?
No.
That's it.
All right,
Sorry
see
about
ya.
Apes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.